Welcome to the pregame show. Let me turn this down just a little bit. Welcome to the pregame show, guys. I am your host, JD, and Commissioner JD. There you go. Hopefully the volume's good there now. Wow, we got an exciting Friday night, and here it is right here. The Piranhas versus the Bears. 7-1-1 Piranhas Friday night. That's tonight. And the Bears 3-6. Coming in trying to upset the first seed, and these Bears are looking strong. But let's take a look at their last matchup. The last time they played, the game finished 41-27. The Bears could not get the running game going, and the Piranhas ran for 239 yards in their last meeting. But the Bears were able to put it up in the air, 260 yards in the air in an attempt on a comeback. But the two turnovers were huge for them, and they could not get it done. The Bears could not finish this in their favor. Quarterback Bill Morris tried to do what he could, but the Piranhas ended up winning 41-27. But it is a new game. Let's see if these Piranhas now can keep it up in the playoffs and go against these strong defense of the Bears. Let's take a look at this. What they finished with. They finished with the 6th ranked defense, the Bears, with the 1st against the rush and 8th against the pass, but they are worst in the league with 10th for turnovers and worst in the league for running the ball. But these Piranhas have won 4 in a row now. They got the number 1 offense with the number 1 rushing defense, or number 1 rushing offense going against the number 1 rushing defense. So that is the matchup to look out for when the Piranhas are out there offensively trying to run the ball. Will they be able to do it? The Piranhas also, why they're 7-1-1 is not only do they have the best offense, but they have the tied for second best defense in yards allowed. They have the second best pass defense, led by Neil Mitchell, Tim Kreisman, the free safety, and Anthony Smith, the strong safety, and their rookie corner sensation, Dewante Jones. The rookie corner there has been playing phenomenal. Plus, they are tied for 3rd for turnovers. These Piranhas, they definitely can get it done when they need to. Offensively and defensively, it's just up to these Bears. Can they stay in the game? Can they keep it a close game? Keep it within striking reach and then try to capitalize late? Or will the offense for the Bears really step it up this game with their second best passing? They have the second best passing in the league, so they can throw it really well. Bill Morris for the Bears. They got Blaine Strickland, their lightning wide receiver there. Plus they got Ryan Dillon. They're calling him the villain Dillon. Really good. They got Doug Burrow, the 3rd guy. They got the new free agent rookie, undrafted rookie free agent signing in Dan Ware. They got a great tight end in Joe Claiborne. Their running back has been a little bit suspect. He has not been playing well, I'm going to be completely honest. The Bears are really weak at running the ball. William Hillard has not been really performing, but hey, maybe this is his chance to bounce back and have a big game for them. We'll see. But again, these Piranhas, with their number 1 offense, they also have the number 1 rushing offense with Willie Burnsides. They're calling him Willie Wiggles. And man, he is just a phenomenal athlete. He catches, he runs, he does it all. Plus, guess what? They're 4th in the pass. They're pretty good at that too. Their quarterback for the Piranhas actually led the league in passing touchdowns with 27. So they have no problem throwing the ball. Both the receivers had 10 touchdowns, the only receiving core to do that. Also, their receiver, veteran receiver, Andre Watson, had the most receiving yards in the league. So both their running back and their wide receiver both led in yards in their respected categories, and their defense is nothing to blink at too. So I'm really excited about this game here on the first matchup of the Friday night. But let's move into the next game. with that said, let's take a look at this Vipers and Werewolves game. This is a great game here, I'll tell you that. The Vipers are 7-2. The Werewolves are 4-5. Both these teams have phenomenal running backs. But the story of the weekend is going to be that the Vipers put in their starting running back at number 1 wide receiver. We got note today that is the lineup that they're going with tonight. They decided to put Phil Clemens in at the number 1 wide receiver spot, and they put their backup running back, Charles Scott, in for Phil Clemens at the running spot. So will that decision win them the game, or will that end up hurting them? I'm not too sure. They played really well last week doing it. Phil Clemens had 2 touchdown catches, so there's a really cool call there going on with the Vipers. I'm really excited to see that. And then the Werewolves, of course, they're really consistent running the ball, but they are in trouble in a lot of places. But hey, they got 4 wins for a reason. They can put up points. And last time these two teams played, let's take a look at it. Where is that? That is right here. Boom. The Werewolves fell a little bit short. The Vipers won 35-31. As you can see here, the Werewolves were able to throw the ball really well and run the ball really well as well, but the Vipers had a really good running game, had 171 yards on the run plus 275 in the air. Will they be able to get that kind of ground run today, and will the Werewolves be able to stop them? And will the Werewolves be able to get this running going in this offense that has struggled and struggled last time? Will they be able to get it going in this game? These Werewolves are phenomenal on offense, but they don't have a lot of other things going for them on defense, is the nicest way to say it. Look, they were 1 for 6 on 3rd down last time they played. They definitely need to change the 3rd down conversions if they plan on winning this, but the Vipers were only 5 for 10. The time of possession was really close as well, so we'll see how this matchup goes. I think the Werewolves are a really strong team that doesn't need to be, that you can't overlook. That's for sure. You need to respect these teams, but these Vipers, honestly, they're favored to win it all. A lot of people are looking at this team like no one wants to meet these Vipers in the playoffs. That's for damn sure. They're 7-2 for a reason, and they beat a lot of teams really well. But let's take a look at what they finished with. They finished with the second best defense, these Vipers, and it's going against the second best rushing offense in these Werewolves. That's the matchup to look for tonight. When you watch the game tonight, these Werewolves know how to run the ball, but the Vipers know how to stop the run. So that's the big matchup that I'm going to be watching for when the Vipers are on defense and the Werewolves are on offense. But these Vipers may struggle a little bit on offense, which is normal for them, but the defense for the Werewolves, 7th ranked defense with the 10th rushing defense. The 10th rushing defense, that is going to be a problem. So that means they are last in rushing defense, and which means the running backs for the Vipers, no matter who it is, should have a big day here. I'm excited to see that matchup as well. Can the Werewolves hold down the Vipers? Can the Vipers hold down the Werewolves? Will this be a shootout? Will this be a defensive game? It's so hard to predict, but the last game obviously was 35-31, so I could see it going somewhere in that category as well. But again, what a matchup. 2 titans of teams here. They couldn't be more polar opposite. One is extremely defensive heavy team, and one is an extremely offensive heavy team. So let's see. It is the playoffs, so sometimes the defensive teams seem to have an edge, but we will see how that plays out this weekend. Obviously, anything could happen with these matchups. So that is the pregame show tonight for the two matchups we got, which is the Bears versus the Piranhas, and then we got the Werewolves versus the Vipers. So I hope you enjoy the games.